it's Morwenna here. I'm going to talk about grey literature. I hope at the end of this module you will understand what we mean by grey literature. You will know about the different types of it. You will understand the difficulties in trying to find it, and you will learn about various sources that we could use to try and locate it. The concept of grey literature has been emerging since the 1970s. The term was first used in 1989, and the first formal definition was the so-called Luxembourg definition in 1997, which basically says that grey literature is that which is not controlled by commercial publishers or is produced by an organisation where publishing is not the primary activity of that body. In 2010, a new definition, known as the Prague definition, was written to take account the expansion of grey lit in electronic format. However, the idea that it is produced by a body where publishing is not the primary activity is retained and is useful as a quick reminder of what it is. Here are some examples of some of the documents that we might class as grey literature. These include theses, conference proceedings, newsletters, and research or activity reports. Grey literature is notoriously difficult to find. A lack of publisher control means no bibliographic control, irregular print runs, poor link controls on websites, or documents that aren't online at all. So how do we find it? Well, think about your review topic. Is there likely to be evidence in unpublished reports, organisational documents, theses or conference abstracts? If the answer to these questions is yes, you need to consider what organisations would produce them. For example, government departments, associated bodies, hospital trusts, etc. Hopefully you will have thought about this at the protocol stage and listed the resources you are going to include in your searches for grey literature. Once you know what sort of information you want to locate, you can consider your sources. Some databases are extremely good sources of grey literature. HMIC has reports and documents from the King's Fund and the Department of Health in the UK. SPP, or Social Policy and Practice, has an extensive collection of reports in social policy. There are also specific databases for dissertations and conference abstracts that can be very easily searched. Other sources you could consider are organisations related to your topic. This may require a search of their websites or a telephone call or email. There are also grey literature networks such as the Chain Network and websites of grey literature, library catalogues or repositories that can be searched. In summary, we have covered a definition of grey literature and established what we mean by it. We have examined the reasons why it is difficult to find, and we have identified some types of grey literature and some of the sources we can use to locate it. I hope you have found this module helpful. Thank you for listening.